Previously on Regodise.
Hey, it doesn't waste time. You're not
I'm
even
wasting
gonna.
time. You know what? Let's cheers right about now.
Can we
We
just
got
have
a gentleman's drink.
first? Yeah, thank you.
There we
Cheers.
go.
Cheers, my
Let's
brother.
wet the
The
throats a
more,
bit. The more.
yeah. It's very important to always remain young. You know, it keeps your marriage fresh as well. Otherwise, hey, little stay, feel it so fit. Now it's boring because you're coming home. Two fingers.
Nah, fella. Nah, that's not us. No. We're still young.
Because
This guy's got a black ring. I don't know what is. There's something about the black ring for a black man.
Ne?
You will only understand black child when you get there. That's all I can say. They'll understand when they get there. Amandla, bro.
Hey, booba.
You ready? Yeah. We the Koenas, baby.
Gator Gang. When love will live in trouble.
Yeah, there it is.
hey, Gator Gang.
Hey, Gator Gang.
Buzz. Welcome back to the Koenas. You guys can see today I am with a very special guest, a very close friend of mine, Modise from Regodise.
My brother.
This is my brother, guys. We met. It's exactly a year now.
My brother, it's
We've
a
been
year.
together for a year
It's
now.
actually scary.
Yeah.
It's been a year.
It has been a whole year.
This man has
And,
seen me share vows with
Yeah.
my wife.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
a very special
yeah.
moment.
So we started the channel on Regodise's channel. So
Yeah.
hop on that side to see where this conversation started. And this is part 2 of the conversation.
Yeah.
And thank you for joining us. It's just the men's corner.
Yeah.
Boys talk. We're talking the transition from boy to man. Boys to man.
Boys to men.
What's your favorite Boys to Men song? Or is it Dreams?
Ooh, dreams, my brother.
Dreams. Meet me in my dreams.
Me, my
Tonight. Yeah. Tata Khoele,
Yes, my
you
brother.
are a man.
I am indeed.
You are a man.
I say that indeed I'm a man. I'm a man.
Let's actually get, okay guys,
Yeah.
you got my perspective of being a man on the Regodise challenge. So let's hear Khoren, Tata Khoele na ore, what is being a man to him, you know?
Yeah,
What is the transition from boy to man?
I think, the transition of being a boy to becoming a man is when you realize that it's not about you.
Yeah.
It's not all about you. It's when you start to realize that in life you need to take responsibility. And the first responsibility for a boy is the responsibility of taking a woman as your wife.
Okay.
And realizing that once I bring a woman, my girlfriend, to becoming my wife, I let go of myself. I cut the umbilical cord from my mother and my father.
Yeah.
And I say, listen, Mama, Papa, I'm done.
Bungee jump.
Bungee jump, I'm done. It's me and this woman together for life.
Okay.
So and it's when you realize that I have the responsibility of ensuring that I impart the godly wisdom that I need to give to my wife and my partner.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the main transition. That for me is the biggest transition because Christ Jesus taught us that we need to be selfless
That's
as
true.
men.
That's true.
We need to open up.
Yeah.
At the cross, Jesus Christ cried out and he said, my Lord, why have you forsaken me? He opened himself up.
You did, yeah.
And as men, it's hard sometimes to open up. It's hard for us to open up and cry
It is.
and show our tears
True.
and say that I'm suffering. Perhaps I'm not doing well in my occupation, in my job. Maybe things are not going well.
Yeah.
It's hard for us to open up. But as transition for a boy to a man, it's when you can just do that.
Can do that. And just be transparent.
Be transparent.
And just
open
lay it out there.
That's it. So I believe, that's the key purpose, or the point where you become a boy to a man, is when you can just be transparent.
Sure. No, that is deep.
Sorry, I went too deep.
I'm sorry. You took it
I need
very
to sip
deep.
on that.
And I don't know, do you think, let's say outside of being married, what's your take? I'd just like to get your take on someone who is in a relationship. Let's say maybe VAT EN SIT situation, avanza magadi. How do we consider, is that also you know, being a man? Because he's saying he's not married,
Mm-hmm.
but, you know, he's with someone and, you know, this is someone that he's obviously looking after.
Okay,
and they're
okay.
just there together.
Okay,
They cohabitate.
They're cohabitating. I get it.
Cohabitating,
I've
yes,
heard
that's
that.
is whore.
Yeah, I guess whore.
So what's your take on that?
My brother, I firstly disclaim I don't believe in VAT EN SIT. For me, marriage is the ultimate pinnacle of a relationship.
True.
We need to get to the point where rajola,
Yeah.
shela,
Yeah.
kumunate, cheka, koshaka di lamzanyana.
Yeah.
You know, to the point where I actually say, wait again, I'm going to go to your family,
True.
do right by them as an African black man.
Yeah.
Hand over the cows that
Yeah.
are due to me, you know, and I'll give them over.
Yeah.
And I need to prove to them that I can take care of your daughter.
True.
So for not VAT EN SIT and saying I can cohabitate with a woman without committing doesn't give me that attribute of, you know what, you're a man.
True.
It doesn't say to me that you're a man, because if you're man enough, then you can go before your partner's family and say, listen, Mama, Papa, this is your daughter that you have raised.
You do right. Yeah.
I respect you for that.
True.
And I will do right by you.
That's true.
I'll take your daughter, I will treat her right. I will not abuse her, I'll take care of her. I'll provide for her as best as I can. Hey, listen, life can happen. I can lose my job as a man.
True.
Listen, I can be without a job. I could
Yeah.
earn less than my partner. But listen, I'll be there to protect, to love, to take care, to direct. And I will still be the man of the house.
Sure.
So for VAT EN SIT,
Yeah.
I stay away from it.
Stay away.
Men who say, me, I can cohabitate and I will not.
Yeah.
You're not a man. You're still
Yeah.
a boy. You're still a boy.
Welcome back. Thank you for watching the ad break. If you have just joined us, we are with Mr. Modise here from Regodise, and we've just been talking about the transition from being a boy
Yeah.
to a man. My brother, you know, this topic it's a bit heavy, eh? I mean, this whole transitioning thing. But I'd like to just know from you, Khoele, how was it for you, you know, transitioning from being a boy to a man? You know, I mean, you are married now.
Yeah.
And I always say that, you know, marriage is it's very difficult because, you know, we have two people that are coming from two different worlds, two different perspectives.
Yeah.
And you are coming together as one,
Yeah.
and you know you have to build your own vision, your
Yeah.
own mission,
Yeah.
and you know move forward as a couple. How are you finding that transition?
Very tough. I must say, you know, coming from a background where I'm the last born
Yeah.
in my family and my wife being the firstborn,
Okay.
it's tough because as a man, the only perspective I have of a man leading a home is my father. And I've seen his attributes and his characteristics,
Yeah. Yeah.
which don't align with my wife. And she has had to adapt to my way of thinking and of leading.
Yeah.
But I've also had to realize that I can't take after my father on his own, because he had his ways based on his background
His own upbringing.
and upbringing.
Yeah, of course.
And I've
yeah.
understood that my wife has a different perspective to life, and I have to adapt to the new way of life. I mean,
true.
today, 21st century, we can't think like we did like our parents and
Yeah.
our grandparents. So it's been a difficult challenge and a difficult transition.
Yeah.
I won't lie to you. Sitting here, my wife and I have had so many bumps and clashes,
of
and
course, yeah.
we've had a lot of altercations, and I guess it's the first year of marriage, but I don't know how it's gonna play out for the rest of our lives. But I think
Yeah.
in the early stages right now, we're still trying to find our feet.
That's
I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
It's tough. It's tough.
No, I mean, like,
tough. I'm not gonna-
it's new to all of you. I mean, you haven't done this before. She hasn't
not.
done this
It's
before.
new.
You don't know what to expect when you get into this new world. I mean,
Exactly.
you're gonna be different. You're a different person. You've just
Altogether.
changed
Yeah.
from being, you know, you've transitioned from boy to man.
Yeah.
And you know, this is obviously something that you need to also adapt to, because you're gonna be learning new things. You're gonna be facing new things.
Yeah.
And you need to go forward from that. So I'd just like to get into the friendships part, you know? Hore, you know, let's talk about the boys. Like, how has that been for your boys, you know, from them finding out that you are now married? Are the relationships, you know, are the friendships still, you know, as they were? Have you lost a few soldiers on the road? You know,
Eish.
how has it been for you?
It's been tough. I need to sip on this.
Yeah, no, let's sip on it.
this. I take a sip on that one because I have lost a few soldiers.
Yeah.
Merely because, like I said earlier, that becoming a man now in this marriage scenery and world is that some cannot relate with me. They cannot converse with me. They cannot understand where I come from.
True.
So I've had to let go of some of them, and like I said, I've gained new brothers like yourself.
Yeah.
And in it all, I've understood that I've had to grow. I've had to grow and mature and understand that I cannot entertain my old life. The boys of the old, they drag me down. I won't lie. They keep me a boy. They keep me thinking as if I am still a single man. They keep me thinking that, you know what, listen, life is still a playground. And it's not a playground. Life isn't a playground. I think life is meant to be taken serious because we have one shot at this life.
Yeah, that's
so I need to make the most of it. So, yeah, regarding my friends, it's sad. I've lost a few. I've lost a number of them, in fact. But for what it's worth, it's okay. I guess the sifting process has happened, and I'm satisfied with who I have now.
That's true.
In my circle, I'm satisfied.
Yeah, you have gained a friend that counts most.
Exactly.
This is your life friend.
Exactly,
This is a friend.
This is the
you're
one
gonna be with
ride and
forever.
die when I give birth, when my wife gives birth to my boy and my girl.
Yeah.
He's gonna be there. So yeah, I've gained a few, so I'm good.
Sure. Speaking of giving birth,
Yeah.
we are in this pandemic.
Yeah.
There's GBV involved as
Yeah.
well. I'd just like to get what's your take, you know, when you're gonna raise a son or a daughter,
Yeah.
you know, how do we equip them, you know, to go out into this life that is just so so evil, if I can call it. Because I mean, you raise a son and you don't know how it's gonna turn out. You know what I mean? You raise a daughter, you don't know how she's gonna be equipped and protected being out there.
I think, you know, like I said earlier on, that you know what, you need the foundation of God is needed. No matter what we say, we can try to evade and dodge the bullet of God and the basis of having Christ at the center of a relationship and a family. At the end of the day, we need to raise our families as God has equipped us to and instructed us to, that we raise our kids in His ways, so that when they grow up, that His ways will never depart from them. You know, His word will never depart from them. In this world where it's crazy to think of gender-based violence right now, because how we raise our kids now will impact them when they become adults. And we need to emulate that now as men. And as a man, I think about how I treat my wife. The best thing I can do for my kids, be it a boy or girl, is me loving my wife as Christ loves the church. If I can sacrifice myself for my wife, provide for her, protect her, serve her, understand that I'm not here to rule her.
True.
A lot of men right now think that they can just run over a woman.
Dictatorship.
Hey, listen, I'm the man. Listen,
Yeah.
my word is the final word. No, it's not. Listen, I need to love her enough and show that I can lower myself enough so that you can understand them. I am, though I may be above you in terms of strength, but at the end of the day,
Physical strength.
that is. At the end of the day, I still need you next to me as my partner when it comes to decision making, when it comes to running of the home, when it comes to raising of the family. At the end of the day, our kids will only become what we show them life is supposed to be. So if we emulate a life where we can show wisdom and show how we respect our wives as a man and how I treat my wife, my kids can only learn from that and understand that, okay, this is how life is meant to be run.
That's true.
So, yeah, man, it's tough in this world. Yes, our kids will have their own minds and they'll have their own ways of thinking, but the best that I can do is just to display a life of love to my wife, and that's that.
Yeah, I mean, I think love can be taught. You can really
It
teach.
has to be taught,
You
yeah.
can teach the young ones to love. You know, it's just something as just teaching them to share. Like something is small. You
Yeah,
know?
something
They
small.
really pick up on that, and they can see, or you know what. My dad wouldn't do this, you know.
Yeah,
or I haven't
in the
seen my
situation,
dad
yeah.
react like this,
Yeah.
you know. So why am I now coming out of that, of what
Exactly.
I know? You
In
know?
fact, I've always said to my wife, listen, the first date that I want my daughter to go to, or my daughters,
Yeah.
if God blesses me with many
Of course,
daughters,
yeah.
the first date that my daughters should go to and with
Yeah.
should be with me, their father. I desire to go on a date with my daughter.
Okay.
Take her to a fine dining.
Yeah.
She must dress to the teeth. I must wear my best suit. And she must be shown how a man should treat her.
True.
So that is the standard. So that whichever man comes along and decides, I'm going to sweep you off your feet,
Yeah.
they should match my level. And if they don't, my daughter should be saying, listen, my dad didn't treat me like that, and I know better. So now, I'm good.
Sure.
That's what I want to do for my daughters. And
Yeah.
my son should also know how to treat a woman. And I'll try to share those etiquettes and those.
Yeah,
those
Reho must
kinda
take him on a
chivalries.
date as well. Reho takes him on a date. Lena apere di kwai ele di hit.
Rogo a lebale. A lebale.
Yeah, I mean, it's good to just get, you know.
But yeah, I guess she could take him out. Yeah. She could try her best, but I don't know how good she'll do it. I think I must take my boy as well. Yeah.
No, what you are saying is
Yeah,
is
man.
very deep, my
Yeah,
brother, and I see where you are taking it, because we are really in a society that these things aren't discussed. you
They're
know?
not. They're
They're
not.
not, and even when they are, they're not really, we don't get deep.
We don't
into
get.
them,
They're not
you know?
concrete. They're not.
And
they're not
as much
going
as
there.
we're touching on them now, I
Yeah.
mean, we don't have that experience. We don't have kids as yet, but we are saying that one day when it does happen, we know how we want to raise our kids,
Yeah.
and I mean that's a very important factor, is that you want to raise your kid to just be the best that they can be.
That's it.
Like I said earlier, like you just want them to be able to articulate, to express themselves.
Yeah.
I mean, like if a kid is going through something at school, they should be able to come back and say, Dad, this and this and this happened, and then you should be able to sit with them and explain to them, because I mean something so small starts at school.
Yeah.
GBV starts at school.
Very.
As much as it's not
Very
discussed,
young.
but it's something. It takes a little boy bullying your
does,
daughter,
it does.
and they don't understand why they are being bullied.
So true.
But we should be able to sit down with our kids and speak about these things.
I agree.
But
I agree.
yeah, no.
I wait for that day.
Yeah.
And it's funny because we'll be together in this thing, eh? We're gonna raise our kids
Yeah, no, we will.
together. Yeah, no. Good luck. All the best. But
All the
man.
best.
all
Yeah,
the
no,
best, man. It's been great chatting with you.
It has been great chat.
Sure.
Gator Gang, thank you so much for tuning in. I think there will be more chats to come.
No, there'll be definitely more. Yeah.
So just let us know in the comments and what
Yeah.
other issues you'd like us to tackle. There's so much to talk about. We could
Yeah.
go on for the whole night.
The
guys.
whole
We can just really
night.
just talk
The whole
about
night.
this the whole night.
And we want to encourage you, ladies that are out there, please get your gents to listen in and join in on the chats.
On this chat.
Yeah, let's get the guys.
Yeah, let's transition the boys to the men.
boys to the men. Yeah. Yeah, bring them boys on the channel. Bring them boys. We'll
Yeah, Robabeta, fast transformation.
fast transformation.
But one I'd really like us to touch on is the GBV. But it's a very tough one.
Very tough.
It's very, very tough because I don't even know where to start. But I think as time goes, we'll be able to share a bit more with you guys.
Definitely.
But it would be a very nice topic to
Yeah.
touch on, because it's really affecting us as
It's
a
affecting
country
our
right
ladies,
now.
it's
It's
affecting
affecting
our
our
country.
women.
Oh, it's crazy.
I
Yeah.
mean, my wife is not even safe taking a jog. Like she can't jog alone, And I mean, is this what we call society? Are we okay with this? So there should be a way for us to, just mental, because it's a mental thing,
It is.
So it just takes a lot of undoing.
It is.
You know, we really need to teach the guys already. This is how men need to act. This is how men need to treat women. You know? And that's something we will touch on.
No, we shall.
Gator Gang, thank you guys for tuning in. And this is how we wrap up our Gentleman's Corner. If you haven't subscribed, please click that
Do the
subscribe
things,
button.
please, guys.
For part 1, head over to Regodise's channel, which is at Regodise.
Yep.
You can follow them on Instagram, all the things on the Instas, on the Twitters, on the Facebooks. And yeah, man.
That's it.
God bless you. I wish you guys love and peace. God bless you all.
Thank you guys. Cheers.